Hey everybody, this is Cody.
And Sean?
This is the place to hear about the paranormal, the supernatural,
And everything in between.
Yo, 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 it's your hosts Cody and Sean. We are the paranormal enthusiasts, the searchers of all things weird, and the finders of the unknown.
You know what I'm really liking right now?
What's that?
Is this music we
The
picked.
music's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty epic, especially for the season we're dealing with. It's October, and it's time to be scary, boys and girls.
Well, especially to go find some ghosts, right? I feel like Ghostbusters. Oh no, wrong music.
This is nothing like it. But, I'm really excited because tonight we're actually going to go over to Suicide Bridge, man, in Pasadena. Exciting.
Yeah, so those of you who don't know, just a quick little history session. I did brief up on this so we didn't sound stupid, on the mic, which is probably always a good thing.
Who
right?
gives a flying rat's ass?
But so tonight, yeah, we are going to the infamous Suicide Bridge, also called the Colorado State Bridge in Pasadena. It was built in 1913 during the Great Depression, and they have over 500 reported suicides there.
So isn't that like ridiculous? Like, so it leads you to believe that there's something that draws them there, right? Like something that a whirlpool of just negativity. We've been there a couple times,
Yeah.
which has been really exciting. It's been fun. We've caught EVPs and some light phenomenon and whatnot.
We've
right?
caught a bunch of things there, and there's always an eerie feeling. We actually went with Para, last time. I think that was the last time was just you and I, but excuse me, but before then we went with Para, and
You're not gonna throw up.
I
are
might
you?
throw up, just talking about it. No, but remember we were talking about or there was a psychic with us at the time, and she
Right.
didn't want to go in this certain spot, and you and I were like, well, fuck it, let's go.
Young, dumb, and why not? Which is great. I mean, the last time we were there, it seemed dead, but every time
Is that a pun? Or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, more than likely for October. But, I truly believe that, like, sometimes when we're least expecting something happening, it's actually there. So I'm excited about tonight because I feel like tis the season, right?
And that is crazy, too, because October's bringing for one, it gets colder during October. It's a lot more creepier, and everybody says this is when the veil is thinning, or it's the most thin, if you will. To talk to the spirits or the dead or, whatever the hell you're into.
Talking about October. So, I've got some cool things happening in October, too, as far as talking to the dead, right?
Right.
So, doing exciting things. What's the next investigation we're doing besides Suicide Bridge?
So, actually, we're going to go to Adams Acres again.
Oh, nice.
That's
nice.
exciting. Yeah.
Ooh, can I tell my story?
Yeah,
Can I tell my story?
absolutely. Go for it. No, hey.
Several years ago, what was it? Maybe
probably 5 or 6 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so we went there, and there was definitely they definitely saw a little girl walking on the premises, full body apparition. Then there was also they saw, like, they said it turned into something different, but I definitely felt like there was a little girl. So I ended up doing it. I was actually paired up with somebody else. One of those times we didn't get a chance to work together. And when we were walking, I felt a little hand touch my arm, right? And I'm like, hey, I told the person that was with me, I'm like, something's touching my arm. And you could see the hairs on my arm just like sticking on end. And she's like, oh my God, that's the reason why you've got to have somebody with you when you're doing an investigation. So if you have a personal experience, you can actually share that with that person. And then at least you have somebody that witnesses it. So, I asked whatever was putting its hands on my arm. I said, hey, can you, take your hands off me real quick? And I could feel it let go. Well, then I said, hey, take a look. My hairs went down again. And then I told the person that was with me, take a look. And then I asked whatever it was to do it again. Well, when I did that, you could see the hairs come up again. And I could feel a little hand, which was just amazing. And then we went into that one room, and the light was turning on and off by itself on demand.
That's where we had a very good EVP session, too. I don't know if you remember, but that was one of our first EVP sessions with you, me, Gene, and Judy and David in that one room. And we got all kinds of
stuff,
yeah.
Right?
It's very hard to, if anybody's ever doing a ghost box, it's very hard to kind of pick out what it's saying, but this was extremely clear.
Yeah, usually with the ghost box, like when I go back and listen, that's when you really hear like the responses when you ask a question. I want to say on multiple times they've said our names very clearly on the Ghost Box, which is normal, right?
Fantastic.
And we've actually heard it on call, so it was kind of neat to be able to be a part of that. But yeah, it definitely the Ghost Box is prominent. I feel like tonight is a good time to use that.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping. It doesn't look like it's too windy. It's probably going to be a little brisk, but I think we're definitely going to catch something tonight for sure.
Well, so I live in the mountains, so brisk is normal.
It's freaking cold.
Exciting. Also, I'm getting ready to do a party for 40 witches. And
I'm sorry, what?
40 witches.
Witches.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a little bit it's a little bit different for what I'm used to doing, but I'm getting ready to do readings for a group of ladies.
So are they self-proclaimed witches? Do they study witchcraft, or what type of? Do you know any of that?
I am not aware of any of it. That's why you're coming along, my friend. You're gonna be holding space for me. But no, it's really exciting because again, it's going down the path that I'm into paranormal, and why not give a bunch of readings to witches?
So you're gonna be doing a platform, right?
Yeah, and if you want to label it, yeah, it's probably going to be more of a relaxed atmosphere. I'm not sure. I sent an email out trying to figure out how this is going to be, but my guess is it's just going to be a real relaxed atmosphere.
Nice.
And, I'm just, whatever comes in, I'll talk about it. I mean, it's I've been pushed towards that. I've told several stories on these podcasts of all these different things that have happened. So it's just leading me into this. Well, definitely nervous, but I'm excited.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful. So that's in October, towards the end of October.
Yeah, it's the 26th.
So we got Pasadena Playhouse tonight, Adams Acres at one point between now and then Pasadena Playhouse. That is exciting. Yeah. I can't wait to go there. You haven't been there, because that was when I first got into ghost hunting. That was my first ever investigation with Para, and that's when I called. Remember, I called you on the phone the next day. I'm like, bro, you got to check this out.
Yeah, you got to. This is right up your alley. I remember that day.
Oh,
very clear. You're
dude,
like,
it was.
Oh my god, dude, this is all about you.
It was wonderful. Yeah, awesome. I think that was like 8 years ago now, or something like that. It had to be.
It's probably closer to 10, like 9 and a quarter,
something like that. Yeah. Pasadena Playhouse is also in Pasadena. What's up with that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we talk about Ohio and we talk about Pasadena.
Right.
Is that the new issue?
That's going to be fun. I'm excited. I am in contact with one of the managers there, Chris, and I was telling him we have a smaller group, and they're all about that. They're all about being small and not so big.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? You get a lot of interference from people that are investigating. When it's quiet and no one's there, that's when you get the best evidence. And man, we've done a couple of theaters. I'm excited because there's more often than not there's paranormal in these theaters.
The theaters are creepy in themselves. Like just being in there. If anybody's ever been inside a theater when the lights are off or there's nobody inside or anything, it's definitely a creepy vibe, right?
Absolutely.
Especially not just sitting down like looking at the stage, but up where the projector's at. I think is where most of the activity is.
Right, yeah. You always feel like you're being watched, right?
Right.
Like, and again, why wouldn't you be at a theater, right? So when you go on stage, I've got all these great ideas we're going to do just to kind of provoke, not in a negative way, but get them interested in what we're doing.
Are you going to put on a play for us, put on your little skirt?
I'm going to do a little dance for y'all and sing. Yeehaw. Yodel, yodel, yodel.
No, but I'm excited. There's a lot of cool things going on. October is definitely a great month for, what we do, so that's fantastic. Ghosts, spirits, goblins, whatever the hell you want to chase or hunt, it's all around.
Freaking fantastic. What a month to do it. I definitely, if you want to go back into like sensitivity stuff, I'm sure you can agree, Katie, that the energy has been intense.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, we can blame it on Halloween, and okay, we will, because I love Halloween. But it's been exciting. It's been
there's also been a lot of trying issues, right? A lot of old stuff's been coming up, and what I mean by that is like old issues that you thought you cleared that didn't clear, and all types of shit, right?
Yeah, you get to see me in Nervous Wreck. Like, you haven't seen me that way in how long?
Right.
Has it been 5 years, Yeah, definitely old stuff that's like in your face, and, tis the season. Look at it, deal with it. I had a friend I was talking to, and, she was going through some stuff as well, and it's, it's easy to just let go of things that are bothering you, and just like then you're not hurting yourself anymore. I don't think people have bad intentions, or anything above us have bad intentions, but I just think it's coming forward because you've got to do.
Did you hear the werewolf,
Dude,
or was that just me?
I think that was. I think it was one of my dogs. I'm just kidding.
That's probably the more accurate.
Yeah, the damn dogs. But no, I think that stuff's coming forward because you have to clear it properly, or it's just going to keep coming back. Oh
Right.
my God.
And I think, like you said, October is a great month to deal with all that, right?
Yeah, because there's a focus towards it, right? Like spirit, you can talk to spirit, so people are more willing to go. More of a scary bump in the night thing, but like they're more susceptible to, some kind of message from spirit, right?
Absolutely, and that's what we're trying to harp on tonight. Or go. And speaking of that, it brings up a great topic that I wanted to talk about on these podcasts is the different types of communication with ghosts. I don't think we've actually really dived into that really deeply, but there's so many different ways to communicate with ghosts or spirits, or yes, Allie, goblins. There's so many different ways, like you and I are very big believers in the EMF detector, the K2.
Yeah.
There's definitely a way to communicate through there. You establish, essentially you ask a question and you try and establish communication that way.
Right. And again, it goes with I guess it is good to know what you're dealing with in a situation. We know we're going to a suicide bridge, and we don't want to, just for an example, you don't want to go there and just act like a jerk, because the reason people take their lives is because they're going through struggles, right? So that's when you go in with compassion. So for an example, right, you're dealing with the environment and you want to deal with it respectfully. You don't want to be disrespectful, because that's not how to be. You want to just deal. These people might not have a shell anymore, but they're human beings.
Right.
So respect them as you would your neighbor or your best friend or your family member, because more than likely, if they're around you, they're your family member.
That brings up a great topic too. Is definitely the way you go about communicating, right?
Right.
You can either be an asshole like certain people that I won't name on this show.
No names.
Or you can be you can show compassion and go about it that route.
Right.
I feel like there's more. There's more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's always better to take the compassion route.
Right.
I just think it's better for both parties. You know what I mean? That way you're not trying to cross any line, and
Right.
because you don't know what the hell's going to follow you back. You know what I mean? So
or you ask the question, what are you doing it for?
right. Yeah.
Are you doing it to get entertainment? Because that's not the right way to do it.
Right.
Because these, again, do you want somebody while you're alive knocking on your front door, messing with you, and just not, you know what I mean?
Well,
Calling
granted,
you names and whatnot?
it is fun. It definitely is fun doing the investigation.
For sure.
But no, what you're saying, I completely agree. It depends on why you're doing it.
Right. I mean, we're doing it for entertainment reasons, but again, when we're doing the home and personal, people are having issues. So the real is we're there to help people. Bottom line, that's the beauty of the understanding we have. We go to these locations that a lot of people go. It's almost like entertainment. Are the spirits mad? 9 out of 10 times they just want to be seen or known, right?
Right, and that's the beauty of it. I love the unknown factor to paranormal investigating, because everybody has so many different theories and theorems and all this. Everybody's like, oh no, you got to do it this way, but in reality, you really don't know.
No, you
really
don't.
don't.
Well, it's everybody's perspective, right? It's
Exactly.
Like, what did I see it, and how did I see it, and what did I perceive from what I just saw?
And that's
right?
what it is. Your perception is your reality.
The new reality.
No, but it is true. Yeah, the way you perceive things, and when you go about communicating, that 100% has everything to do with your perception. Because I can be essentially talking to a ghost, right, or talking to a spirit, or trying to, and let's just say they're communicating with a flashlight or something, right? I ask a question, flashlight goes off for yes, doesn't do anything for no, right? So that establishes that intelligent communication.
Right.
But you can be interpreting it a completely different way than I am.
Right.
So
again, what's beautiful about that is, again, using both of our senses as far as we have equipment and what are we feeling. I like to be able to do it that way. But understanding and perception of what you're feeling and seeing, it's two different ways, right? And going back to kind of earlier what you were saying with just being, how are you, I don't want to even use the word provoke, but how do you communicate with what you're dealing with?
right.
And if you're dealing with, like you said, something ugly, and you're doing, you're being disrespectful, and that entity is not pleasant, like you could have something follow you home and try to torment you and make your life miserable. And I could have been just an asshole that was alive at one point and said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm hanging out right here.
Well, and you and I have discussed this multiple times. There's different ways to go about talking to certain things or dealing with certain things. You know, you definitely don't want to go talk to, I don't want to say demonic, but like a malicious spirit saying, "Hey, go fuck yourself."
Yeah. Let's go out, hang out at Alcatraz and call the inmates jackasses.
Yeah,
that's not a good call.
No, there's different ways to go about it. However, a lot of things that you see on TV might, I want to say, kind of stretch from what we're talking about right now. But you got to keep in mind, I'm not bagging on any TV show or anything, but there is, with the TV shows, there is a lot of drama involved.
Right.
And it's not so personal as they make it seem.
It's for your entertainment, folks.
Absolutely.
It's not real.
Well, it is real, but to a sense.
Yeah. You're going to exaggerate the real of it, right?
Correct.
So. No, I think it's exciting. What a season. Definitely when you get the fall, you get the brisk. I like that because, it reminds me of when we're in locations and you get that little chill down your back. And was that paranormal?
You know what I want to get? I want to get scared. I haven't been scared in a long time. Like, really scared.
Like, really. Like, yeah. And let's talk about that. When was the last time we were, like,
I think
on
the
edge,
last
right?
time that the last time that I was actually... The last time I actually
I'm going to laugh right now.
The last time I actually jumped... Like a jump scare was at Linda Vista Hospital.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
The last time I was on edge, I want to say Jerome. I think it was Jerome in the what's it?
The Grand
Hotel.
Grand Hotel, yeah.
I think it was Jerome. That's when I was actually on edge, and not up in the room, but down in the broiler room.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Big, where the worker ended up dying. He got his head amputated. Yeah. I'm going to say the same town, but that at the bar.
At the
right?
bar,
the brothel.
yeah. I think it was just a different experience. It's very...
What'd you get from that?
I don't know. It's like a feeling of despair, maybe. That's probably the best term I could come up with.
Like it felt, like he felt like he was captured in this place, and like he left all of his I don't know.
There was
emotions
no way out
down there. Yeah. Like this is it. This is what I got. And then like there was that despair. Did he commit? They didn't prove that he committed suicide, even though it feels that way, right?
No, I'm pretty sure he did though.
Yeah, like he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Somebody said it was foul play, but I honestly believe he didn't like what was going on in his life.
Right.
Yeah, mine was the brothel, right? Like
Yeah.
we did full-on investigation. It was Perry.
You know what? I will bring back to Fort MacArthur. Do you remember that tunnel that everybody didn't want to go into?
Yeah.
And you and I went in?
Yes. I remember
That was pretty legitimately scary too. Just obviously I loved it. We went in it.
Yeah.
But the feeling,
No second thoughts,
the
right?
feeling of going up to it definitely had the hairs on end, and it was definitely unnerving and unpleasant feeling inside that tunnel.
Well, yeah, you're talking about the circle room, right?
Yeah.
And then I went down so I was already on the edge because
Right.
of all the knocking that was going on next to my ear.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in there. There was like this dreadful heaviness,
Yeah.
right? Like what happened there?
And I really wish like I can explain in words what that feels like, but it's so you really can't unless you're experiencing like what you're talking about. You have to really experience the feeling of dread or despair or disappointment and all of that.
The empathic feeling, right? You're still walking into it, and there's a lot of emotion. Is it residual? Because that could be what it is, right? There could have been some death there, and the residual's still sitting, right? Maybe they threw bodies in there or whatever.
That could be too.
Right. Because I did feel like it was.
I definitely think there's going back to Pasadena Bridge or Suicide Bridge, excuse me. I definitely think there's going to be some residual there.
Right.
I know last time with Para we did catch the disembodied voice of somebody crying or somebody
screaming,
like they were falling or something like that.
It was strange because again, like the last time we were there with Para. Not the last time we were there, but the first time, I definitely had the feeling of actually I think it was the last time we went there. I felt there was a woman there, and that she was in despair, and she was a brunette, and I didn't really think about it. It kind of left my mind, and then again this today I started feeling again this brunette woman and the feeling of despair and dread and I made a mistake and so it's kind of strange that I felt the same thing and I realized after I said it to you and you said yeah that's what you felt last time. I'm like
yeah,
it just the same.
It just came back.
Yeah, the
right.
same woman, right?
To answer your question, Ali, 50 recorded people died there. However, I think there was a hell of a lot more than that.
Right. I did. Do I dare talk about what I felt earlier?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So, while I was getting ready, I was kind of try to put put myself in the spot where we're gonna go to, and I did feel like there was this young boy. I want to say 47 or 57. He was a newsboy, and he had like one of those.
You're talking about the year 1947, right?
Yeah, 47. I think it was either 57 or 47. Okay. It was something 7, but I felt like there was this little boy. He was he seemed shorter than what his age was. I want to say he was like 12, but he was a newsboy. He delivered mail, and he used to get picked on. And again, because he was a small kid or a small guy, he was bullied a lot. So I felt like there was a point where he walked through that bridge and he just jumped. Had a bad day.
So let's try and look at that tonight.
Yeah, see if we can.
Yeah, I figured substantiate that, right?
Yeah, which was strange because I was just kind of feeling the situation and kind of trying to figure out,
right?
What I'm dealing with, and then all of a sudden the boy came in. So we'll see. We'll try it. We'll see what happens.
Well, hey, I'm excited. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. That's all the time we have because we got to get going to our investigation.
Let's freaking do this.
But as always, follow us on all our social media. You can find us online on our website at thenewreality11.com. That has all of our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTubes, and podcasts. So you can check us out on there.
Hey, guess what, guys? Happy Halloween and enjoy all of the scary things that are around you.
Bye.
Bye.